MSN page, and I found something interesting here. Definitely, for those of you who listen to this show who are religious, I do apologize in advance. I'll try to keep this as civil as I can. This is Tracy Morgan. If you watch 30 Rock, know who Tracy Morgan is, a former SNL alum. If you were following the story last year in June, he was involved in a highway accident that left him seriously injured, and it killed his friend. It was comedian James McNair. It is now Tracy Morgan coming out crediting God for coming out of his coma. I don't know if Tracy Morgan was religious before this incident, and so I'm not going to comment on that part of it. I'm just going to go over some of the remarks that he made and have my own opinions about those. It was an interview with Complex Magazine. Saturday Night Live former 30 Rock funnyman said about normality of his life, you're never going to be normal after you go through something like that. That's his first statement. You don't die for a few weeks and then come back to normal. Trust me, something's going to be missing. Something's going to be gained. You just got to live your life after that. But after surviving something like that, I'm probably never going to feel normal. And this is direct quotes from Tracy Morgan. And you notice that he's definitely embellishing the fact that he doesn't feel the same as he did before the accident. Let me be nice and say it like that. During his coma, he says he had a spiritual encounter and spoke to God. He says basically he went to the other side. And he's not making that up. It's very important. He lets the interviewer know that. What God said to him is, your room ain't ready. I still got something for you to do, and here I am doing an interview with you. He was talking to the interviewee at Complex Magazine there. The thing about this to me is that it's celebrity always seems to trump individuals' experiences. And again, here we are with Tracy Morgan, because he is Tracy Morgan, getting more attention, I think, than if someone, Joe Smo, came out of, Jesus of Our St. Mary's Christ National Hospital and said, I saw God. He spoke to me and says, my room ain't ready. And most of the people who would talk to him from there would say, there is a room ready for you somewhere, I bet there. So we can expect now Tracy Morgan, you think, of course, have this revelation, and now do God's work, right? Because that's what God told him to do. And so, of course, what's he going to do? He's going to get back and do some movies. He just wrapped up a movie with Ice Cube and Charlie Day called Fist Fight. But he wouldn't share much more in the project about that. It was about two high school teachers. His future plans, I try not to do that, just living my life, man. When the sun's up, I go and get on and popping. When the sun is up, I'm trying to make it happen. That's what I'm doing. Whatever it is, I'm going to do it until I'm satisfied. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Tracy Morgan saw God. God told him his room wasn't ready, but he should do a film called Fist Fight with Ice Cube and Charlie Day. Yes, truly spiritual indeed. My lizard Ronnie, age 8. I had a lizard. His name was Ronnie. My mom bought me that one day. Ronnie made me happy. He made me laugh. And with the times with Ronnie, I was quite gay. I always loved to see him as I awoke to go to school, and could not wait to get back home to watch like a freaking fool. And then one day, my mom met me as I got off the bus and said, don't rush into your room. We have something to discuss. It seemed that Ronnie passed away. That lizard passed away. And Mom pointed to the sky and told me where he lay. And I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried all day. Age 53. I have a lizard. His name is Ronnie. I bought him at the store. I would have got a PlayStation 4, but I didn't have the money at the time. And that should rhyme. Okay. I have this. I have a lizard. His name is Ronnie. I bought him at the store. If I had some more money, I would have got a PlayStation 4. Thank you. But instead, I had Ronnie, who kept me up all night, even though I tried to shut off his frickin' aquarium light. Ronnie always wanted food, and I never had the money to buy it for him. But I always came up with it, even though I did not adore him. Ronnie was not my favorite pet, by a long shot, to be sure. But at least if I was bored, I could watch him when I threw flies into his cage and watched him leap up here. And then one morning I woke up and Ronnie was on all fours. I slammed down his cage, opened up the fridge, and got me a can of Coors. And I buried Ronnie that day. I surely did, that lizard. But because he made me 5 minutes late for work, I hate that fucking lizard.
Your adolescent dream, schoolboy stuff, a sticky sweet romance, and she makes you wanna scream, wishing you could get inside her pants. So you fantasize away while you're squeezing her. You thought you heard her saying, "Good girls don't, good girls don't." But she'd be telling you, "Good girls don't." But I do. So you call her on the phone to talk about the teachers that you hate. And she says she's all alone, and her parents won't be coming home till late. There's a ringing in your brain, 'cause you could have swore you thought you heard her saying, "Good girls don't, good girls don't." But she'd be telling you, "Good girls don't." But I do. And it's a teenage sadness everyone has got to taste. And in between age madness that you know you can't erase, till she should know your face. You're alone with her at last, and you're waiting till you think the time is right. 'Cause you've heard she's pretty fast, and you're hoping that she'll give you some tonight. So you start to make your play, 'cause you could have swore you thought you heard her saying, "Good girls don't, good girls don't." But she'd be telling you, "Good girls don't." But I do. And it's a teenage sadness everyone has got to taste. And in between age madness that you know you can't erase, till she should know your face. It hurts. Good girls don't, good girls don't. But she'd be telling you, "Good girls don't." But I do. Good girls don't, good girls don't. But she'd be telling you, "Good girls don't." But I do. But I do. But I do. But I do.
Legend has it that it was written by the Dark Ones, Necronomicon Ex Mortis, roughly translated, Book of the Dead. The book served as a passageway to the evil worlds beyond. It was written long ago, when the seas ran red with blood. It was this blood that was used to ink the book. In the year 1300 AD, the
So
book
a quick
disappeared.
rehash this week's Walking Dead and Ash versus the Evil Dead. AMC and Stars are networks if you don't have Stars. It doesn't cost you much extra in your package to get it. The Walking Dead finally came up with a cliffhanger. It took a few episodes, and now we have here for the final season finale. and it should be a pretty good one. It kind of is going back to a previous season finale that kind of sounds familiar, ring with the governor and the prison. What's going to happen next? Who's going to die next? Well, I take a big gander here and say a few Alexandrians are going to bite it, and I don't have any ones in particular I would care to see. Actually, I just like to see them all bite it. Get that off my chest. I just like to see everyone who was not the original character in that town bite it. And in a big way, too. I don't want to see them, get thrown down on the ground by a couple of walkers. I want to see some heads flying off. I want to see some body parts flying out. I want to see stuff that would make the scene with Glenn look like the candy scene. Really. There's a couple characters, that I'd like to see that happen to. Anyway, as we left the last episode, we now had the repairing up of Abraham, Sasha, and Daryl, and they're in the tank heading toward Alexandria. And unbeknownst to them, of course, Alexandria was surrounded by about 20,000 zombies lined up against the walls. And even worse, as we get to the end of the episode, no longer lined up against the walls, that's the least. And Daryl showing a moment of compassion for these people who took him hostage, and it cost him his arrow, his bow, and it cost him his bow and his bike. There's a radio signal being sent in as this very end of this episode comes on. Not giving you an idea of where it's coming from, but I think we all know, as we've watched the series this long, that that's probably coming from the idiots who stole his bow and his bike. Now, the question, will they go to save them? Well, you've watched the series long enough. No. Yes, they're going to probably turn around and try to save these retards. It scares me because, well, Abraham's storyline is starting to look like one of those storylines I've seen before in this series, where we're wrapping it up with him. Visions of things he shouldn't try to do. I think if I had to guess which next character is going to go, I say with a sad face. I think the major character who's going to bite the big one in this next and final episode of the season is Abraham. Writing was on the wall, kind of, when he got hit on Sasha with his big military uniform on, with the zombie in the background, and Sasha not giving him the go-ahead. I mean, if Sasha really wanted to hook up Abraham at that moment, what would have stopped her? They could have tore off each other's clothes and just gone at it like animals, while the zombie could have rooted them on. I don't know, just freaky shit. But for MC, it's okay. Anyways, but I was glad to see more of the characters that we haven't seen for a while make themselves again on screen. I almost forgot what Daryl looked like, and Sasha and Abraham, and I didn't even know that science dude was still alive. For Christ's sake, I've been paying attention. I really have. Some of these characters recently here just come off the episode. You don't see them for 2 or 3 episodes. Still not a whole lot from Rick, really. He still wants to get with the gal's husband he killed. That's weird. Carl still got this thing with that gal, and I don't know if excuse me when I say that gal and guy. I don't memorize the characters' names. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm a fan, not in that case. The kid who was trying to hit on her. Oh, he wants that kid to learn how to use a pistol. Not maybe a good idea. We'll have to see if that story's going to be concluded in this next episode. I don't think it will. But nonetheless, we are left with the walls of Alexandria coming down, and much like the walls of the prison coming down, waiting exuberantly to see which characters bite it, basically. And at least now, I think we're going to move away from the Alexandria complex and back to the road where I wish we would go, because Alexandria was just getting too much like a zombie Mayberry to me. I'm sorry. Fireball. Ash versus the Evil Dead. And we, again, have a new character. Don't know her name. You can look it up if you want. This apparently is